Good evening. This year, our annual meeting is originating from the boardroom in the corporate office in Cantonment. As chair of your board of directors, I hereby call to order this 2021 72nd annual meeting of Harvesters Federal Credit Union. In accordance with the credit union's bylaws, I hereby declare that a quorum of our membership is present. At this time, I would like to ask all those present here to please stand for the pledge to our nation's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. On behalf of our volunteers and staff of Harvesters Credit Union, I'd like to welcome each of you to our annual meeting. At this time, I'd like to introduce our board, our supervisory committee, our CEO, and the parliamentarian for our meeting. I am Scott Pointer, chairman of the board. With me, we have, and I say that everyone may have not been able to make it this evening. We have Robin Cook, who is our vice chair. We have John Yerg, who is our secretary. Donna Bingston, our treasurer. I don't see Donna. Fred Chandler, one of our board members. Amber Hampaker, a board member. Dallas Holland behind me, our board member. And hiding over here in the corner is Pam Thomas, another board member. On our supervisory committee, we have Teresa Williamson, who's been chairing the committee, and I haven't seen Teresa either. Elaine Gimlin, Sally Hewell, I've seen Sally here, Linda Sebring, and we have one vacancy, an opening that we'd like to fill with a volunteer from our credit union membership. The supervisory committee does the very important work of making sure that the credit union operates in compliance with regulatory policy and procedure. And in doing so, they engage the outside auditing firm of Warren Averett to make sure our credit union's financial functions are working correctly and that we are in compliance. Thanks to Teresa and her committee for the excellent work they have done this year. As I mentioned previously, we do have an open slot on the supervisory committee. If you would be interested in serving your credit union by volunteering for that position, please stop by the corporate office in Cantonment or contact one of our branch managers for an application. And now back to our introductions. We have our CEO, Keith Golden, and from the law firm of Cadulas, Reisinger, and Price, we have attorneys at law. Our parliamentarian for this meeting is Mr. Edward Reisinger. We are thankful for all the modern day technology that's allowing us to maintain contact and carry on all the service activities with you, our membership, even in this pandemic time that has put much of our world in a crisis mode. We need to thank some of our own Harvesters family, the setup team, for the fine job that they've done in organizing and putting this annual meeting together. So a big thank you to Denise Burkett, Teresa Cook, Sierra Council, Jessica Harry, and Brittany Levins. Thank you all so much. Additionally, I would like to express our appreciation to all the other members of our staff for their hard work, both here at this meeting and for the service that they render to us year-round. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You all are great. The Federal Credit Union Act and bylaws require the credit union to hold an annual meeting each year, and during the meeting to carry out 3 activities. Number 1, we're to read and approve the minutes from last year's annual meeting. We're to report on the business activities for the previous year, and we are to elect members to the board of directors. The minutes of last year's annual meeting are available online. If you desire to read them, and in the interest of saving time at this time, I will entertain a motion from those present here to approve but dispense with the reading of those minutes from last year's meeting. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion and we do have a second. All in favor of dispensing with the reading at this time, say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed, no. And the online folks, if you'll vote now, either yay or nay. About 10 more seconds to vote. Not everyone has voted. They're still coming in. Okay, at this time, voting has ended, and we have no nay votes, and everyone was in the affirmative. So we will dispense with the reading of the minutes. Now we'll move on to the report of the business activities of the credit union for the year of 2020. First of all is the chairman's report. The chairman's report can also be read online in conjunction. I'd like to point out a couple things that was in my report. First of all, that being lending. The lifeblood of any financial institution is the interest that's gained from its loan portfolio. So if you or a family member, a friend, or a neighbor needs a loan, do your credit union a favor and send them or come see us first. Rest assured, your credit union is strong and financially sound and able to continue to protect our interest and to grow for the future generations. But each of us can assist in making us even stronger by getting involved in the aforementioned process and the suggested way of helping to create loans. The second point I'd like to make is that being of our credit union changing from a federally chartered credit union to a state chartered credit union. The change took place this year by a vote of the membership. However, it created a concern for some. The main reasoning for the change was due to a membership limitation that was hampering the growth of the credit union. The federal regulatory agency would not let us go outside of Escambia and Santa Rosa counties to add members. Since the change, we have now been able to expand our fielded membership in Florida all the way to Panama City in Bay County. Soon we will be applying to also add Baldwin, Mobile, and Escambia counties in Alabama, since we have a number of our current members already living there, and we will also be able to better serve them there. Now, back to the introductions, and I'd like to introduce Teresa Williamson, and I don't see Teresa, but I think her report is online, and I think you can check that out too. Sierra's nodding her head yes, so you can check out her report online. Thank you, Teresa, for your report. Finally, I'd like to ask Keith Golden, our CEO, to come give his report. Keith?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us tonight. To say that 2020 and 2021 have been very unusual years would be a tremendous understatement. The world has been dealing with unprecedented challenges related to COVID-19 pandemic. Our team was able to deal with these challenges and was actually able to grow and strengthen the credit union in the process. Harvesters was the only financial institution in Northwest Florida that never closed all of its branch lobbies. However, also never risked the health of our employees or our members. We immediately provided PPE and installed plexiglass screens for everyone's safety. Because of our dedicated staff, we were able to provide our members with the same extraordinary service that we have always promised. Despite the pandemic, Harvesters exceeded its goals set for 2020 and is ahead of its goals for 2021. The credit union has grown from $184 million in assets as of December 31, 2019, to 253 million in assets to date, which is a 37% increase in just less than 2 years. Membership has also increased from 19,200 members to over 23,000 members, which is almost a 20% increase. Credit union had another very good year in 2020. Harvesters had over $1 million in net income again in 2020. That is the third year in a row that Harvesters has achieved net income exceeding $1 million. We are also on track to exceed $1 million in net income in 2021. We continue to build our capital. You build your capital through net income. And so we continue to build it to over $20 million at this point. Our strong capital reserves allow us to weather any economic downturn. Loan delinquencies and charge-offs remain very, very low. Harvesters continues to receive a 4-star rating from Bauer Financial. This means the credit union is considered to be in excellent financial condition. We have continued to expand our real estate department. Mortgage fee income grew from $992,000 in 2019 to $1,519,000 in 2020. Our success in this department is due to the work of our excellent staff. If you know someone who wants to build, purchase, or refinance a house, please give us a call. Harvesters Insurance Agency is also doing very well. We now offer Medicare Insurance through Blue Cross Blue Shield. We partnered with Bainbridge Insurance to help our members navigate their many Medicare options. We also continue to offer property insurance and life insurance. We can now offer a 3% yield on 5-year fixed rate annuities. So contact Lynn Guy in our investment department right away. As many of you know, Bill Starr, our Senior Vice President of Operations and Chief Operations Officer, recently passed away from cancer. Bill was not just a co-worker, he was a true friend. He was very loyal to his family, co-workers, and friends. We faced many challenges over the past 21 years since Bill arrived. Bill always gave his honest opinion. His advice was always well respected. Bill had unwavering honesty and integrity. Bill positively influenced many of our employees with his advice and support for their dreams. His positive influence on Harvesters will be felt for many years to come. It goes without saying that Bill will be missed by many, not only his Harvesters family, but around our community. Thank you all for being members of Harvesters and for supporting your credit union. Happy holidays.
Okay, thank you, Keith, for your report. As you all can see, Harvesters is doing well. We're very strong in an economy where a lot of credit unions are closing their doors or they're being merged. So at this time, we'd like to recognize some of our credit union staff for their service to the membership and to the credit union. First of all, our CEO will come back up. And Keith is going to present to our tenured staff members with 5, 15, and 20-year loyalty. They should be in alphabetical order close to it. Okay, for 5 years of service, Corey Davis. I don't know if Corey's here. A lot of them are working and closing up their branches and couldn't get here. I know Corey works way down in the west end of town. So we'll give him his award later. Next, we have Jessica Goff.
Is Jessica here?
Okay. All right. And next is Lynn Guy.
Lynn is here.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you come around this way. Congratulations. What time flies? 5 years already. He's the person you need to see about the 5% investment.
Okay, and then Jessica Herring.
Jessica? Here you go. 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
You've done a lot, 5 years. haven't you?
Next, we have Jamie Martell, 5 years.
Jamie.
Come around.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Irene Thompson. See Irene, then we'll move on. Sandy Weber,
Sandy?
and we don't see Sandy, so we'll save her award. Now for 15 years of service, Megan Benson.
You're too young for 15 years.
And for 20 years of service, Deborah Baker.
Congratulations. Thank you for all your years of service here.
Also for 20 years of service, Teresa Barrow. I don't see Teresa anymore. Okay. Dawn Gaddis.
Dawn, come on down. Congratulations, Dawn.
And Barbara Ward.
You're right. I think she's out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's give them all a round of applause. Okay, now we'll move on to the election of the board members. This year, the nominating committee has done its customarily good job of identifying and qualifying candidates for the board of directors. The candidates eligible for the 3-year terms are Fred Chandler, Fred's over here, Robin Cook, over here to my left, and Amber Halfacre. Has Amber made it? I didn't see her. Anyway, I'd like to thank the nominating committee for their customarily good work. Their report is on file at the credit union if you'd like to read that. And the aforementioned candidates are recommended by them as qualified members. And let me reiterate that. We have Fred Chandler for a 3-year term, Robin Cook for a 3-year term, Amber Halfacre for a 3-year term. Since there are just the 3 candidates for the open slots, I will ask for a motion to elect these by acclamation. Could we have that motion, please?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Dallas, second by John. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And we'll let the online folks vote now too. I think Sierra had you set up. You can now vote. Voting. Okay, voting has ended. We thank you for your vote, and it looks like it's 100% in favor. So congratulations, y'all, for being elected. Is there any new business that needs to come before the membership tonight? Hearing none, we will move on. I do want to mention, this is off my script though, but for a couple of years now, we've been hampered by COVID. We have been unable to get the membership together as a body. we've been talking about it. We're going to try to do that in the spring. So hopefully we can get together again in the spring for an annual meeting and maybe even feed y'all too. Since there's no new business and no other business, we will conclude this annual meeting by adjournment. We want to thank you for your attendance. Have a good evening and have a happy holiday.